Hello. It is Saturday, August 18th, I want to say. I'm really sucking at I'm also sucking at where to look. I'm really sucking at what day it is, although I'm sure I'll be back into considering college for me starts tomorrow and school starts for the kids the day after that. Um Gonna be a brief one because I know I kind of left you guys on a what the hell? Can I say hell? I mean, I say hell in real life, but can I say hell on here? Oh, well, I am. Anyways, so the news I got the other day, I was sitting here with the vlog, whatever. This was going much better in my head. I was sitting here in this exact spot talking to you all and got totally distracted, thrown off topic because an ultrasound picture came through. I don't know if you remember, maybe a couple of these back, I talked about how my bonus son, my husband's son from his first marriage, and my bonus, his wife, I'll just call him well, I don't want to call him BS. Bonus son. We'll just go with bonus son. Yeah, BS. Anyways, bonus son and his wife found out they're pregnant. And they weren't really telling anybody because, of course, they had not gone to the first doctor's appointment yet. And if you don't know much about pregnancy, I personally, knowing what I know now, would never share pregnancy news until I'd had a heartbeat confirmed. Because apparently, once, if I remember correctly, there's something flying around in here. Apparently, once you get a heartbeat, the chance of miscarriage goes down by like 75%. Don't quote me on that statistic, but it's a lot. So once you find that heartbeat, the chance of miscarriage does go down, we'll just say drastically. And so I knew that the appointment was coming up on Thursday and was kind of just waiting for hopefully good news. So to be sitting here, and I knew I was worried, but I don't think I realized how worried I was. But I was sitting here, and of course, I'm chatting, and then all of a sudden, I see an ultrasound picture pop up, and then a news about the heartbeat and the due, looking for the due date, and it just made my heart melt. Clearly, you saw my reaction. I was a little bit more emotional than I thought even I would be. So, just happy about that. So I can share that news now because they have shared the news with everybody that they want to now, and they know that we're sharing with whoever. And I've told them that, because I actually sent them the little snippet of the part that worked with them. Sorry about the mowers in the background. But I actually shared that part with them. And then, of course, I said, oh, please, don't think that, I would ever use names or photos or anything like that. I can share the news, but I'm always going to respect your privacy. And they've told me that they trusted my judgment, which, of course, made me melt because it's always good to hear that. But I still wanted them to know. So I doubt, I'll probably give some generic updates, but it's not my pregnancy. I'm still super excited, like it kind of is, but I know there's a big difference. And, but as for names, pictures, stuff like that, I won't be sharing unless, I explicitly ask them and get their permission. Because I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me. So now that I have rambled for 3 minutes, but I have updated you on what I was talking about, and hopefully what happened with me the other day does make a little bit more sense. You know, I I don't know that I want to touch on the other situation that I was talking about. The more I think back on the way things happened, the more I just think it's kind of time to move on. Maybe not totally, completely, because there's still some aspects of this that it's not my part to say no to. But I think it's just, it's a new chapter. I don't have any hard feelings to anybody. But some things you just can't, I sat back the last week and a half, and I just really tried to observe more than anything. Tried to keep a level head because, again, I knew I was trying to be more accountable to everything. And so I observed more than I usually talk. Usually I talk and observe, but I don't really just observe. And I tried to just kind of sit and look at reactions and actions, and if I agreed with them, and I don't necessarily for some things, and I don't have to, I just, I'm rambling. It's hard to say what I'm thinking without going into specifics, and I don't want to go into specifics. I just know that I was saddened by some reactions over the last couple weeks by all parties. Not to say that this is one-sided in any way. Um, I don't know. I just don't think I agree with how this has what this has spun into, and I feel like perhaps it could have been managed in a better way. And I don't see that any similar situations in the future are going to be handled any differently. And I don't know that I want to go on that ride again. I think that's probably the best way to word it. You ride a roller coaster once, whether it was your choice to get on it or not, or you were trying to make a friend happy. But you get on it, and that was the first time is your choice. But after you know what to expect, and you get on it again, you can't blame anybody but yourself. And I've seen this roller coaster ride from the outside before, kind of standing and watching people on the ride, and I necessarily didn't like it. And now that I've actually been on it, not a big fan. So again, I don't wish any harm or hurt, or I just wish healing for all parties involved. But that healing might not necessarily, sometimes healing means moving on. I'm trying not to be so cryptic in all these things. Anyways, I'm doing something weird with myself today. Thought I heard somebody come outside. The kids will come and find me if I... Hi. I'm vlogging. Did you need something?
They're gonna be on their way soon.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Doing something with myself today that hopefully will show up here at some point. I don't talk very nice to myself. This series and me trying to just think more about what I'm thinking and feeling. Like right now, I see this. I'm not very nice to myself most days. The heck with the most days. I'm not very nice to myself most of the day. The thoughts that pop in my head, and I know I'm not even catching all of them, I'm just catching more of them. The more introspective and reflective I'm trying to be, I can't believe the things that I'm saying to myself. So I'm actually trying to keep track of them today, because I don't think I'm ever going to talk to myself better unless I realize the depth of the bad things that I say to myself. And it just, what I've gotten so far has been kind of eye-opening. If I don't have to be my biggest fan, but I should have them. I'm not going to get anywhere without confidence. And if I am talking to myself in this manner, I'm never going to get it. I don't want to be, boastful or prideful or, snobby or anything like that. But I don't think that's going to happen with the things I've been saying. I'm quite vicious to myself, and I think more people are than they even realize. I'm sure I've been saying these things to myself for years, and I've just never really paid attention. You catch one every now and then, and like your hot button issues, but if you sit down and try to really listen to what's going on in your head and the thoughts you think about yourself, it was shocking for me. It is shocking for me, and I think it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something, and I woke up at 9:30, and it actually just really sucks to write this down, but I'm thinking it, so I might as well come to grips with it. And it's not even that all of it is it's not untruthful. I mean, a lot of it is just observations, but it's the way that I observe and speak to myself about these things. I think I can talk to myself a lot better, a lot more nicely, and not be so vicious about it. And I'm not going to be able to change that internal dialogue until I recognize what's being said to begin with. So that is where I'm at. Pretty much I consider this week a win. I've had some really good news, such good news. Our whole family is excited. Not really happy about the fact that the baby will be born overseas, only because it's going to make it more difficult to go visit. And by difficult, I mean expensive. If money was no object, you know, that would, but it is. But just to know that the baby is happy and healthy, because that's the most important thing. So great news on that respect. Very happy, hoping for the easiest of first trimesters for my daughter-in-law, because obviously she's got a lot on her plate otherwise. And just trying to focus on me and how I can make myself more accountable, and being more realistic with myself about how I talk to myself, and what is right and what is not. Because I know I sure as heck don't talk to other people like that, so why am I talking to myself like that? And there'll be more on that later, but just a little preview, heads up. I hope everyone is having a great day. It is hot where I'm at. I am getting very little flow of air. Didn't want to turn on the AC or the car because I was worried that the sound would be weird in the background. So I'm not going to be here very much longer, but I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Remember and remind yourself to be nice to yourself, because you're stuck with you for as long as you're on this planet, okay? I will talk to you later. Bye.